Wow. Goosebumps. Wow. Because remember I said, the ultimate hallmark of love is sacrifice. Sacrifice of time, energy, resources, money, etc., etc. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a UPenn educated licensed psychotherapist and your favorite yapper.
A guy opens his door and gets shot and you think that of me? No, I am the one who knocks.
Welcome to my detailed psychological analysis of Apothecary Diaries episode 21. Assassination Zero, Foxholes Gaming, Tirtanas, Wuxiang, Samsonian, Helixi, and Mina Keme are the sponsor tier highlights of today's video. I appreciate your support. Remember, you matter, you are worthy. As we are approaching the final 3 episodes, enough of intro, let's go straight to the action. Sit back and I hope you enjoy. You see that? That was very odd that we spent 4 seconds giving Lee Hako camera time about fighting, about him getting distracted, and then straight to a different scenes. Definitely foreshadowing. Episode 21 is called How to Buy Out a Contract. In Chinese, it's called 第12话. 21话 means 21. 申请, and then Japanese word 作战. It means request to go on a combat.
もし薬をすり替えられたらどうしましょうか。宮廷の医局では薬の管理が不十分だったことで減給の罰を受けた医官もいる。
That was awesome. Mao Mao became a cat, and then the quack doctor became a mouse. Cat and mouse, obviously power dynamic, which is interesting because Mao Mao in reality is one of the bottom of the totem pole. She has zero political power or social influence in the real palace. Yet, in the pharmacy, given her reputation, her credibility, her skill sets, and her competency, Quake Doctor was manifested and displayed as a mouse, truly the bottom of the hierarchy, who have no power, and Mao Mao was a cat, more ferocious, more powerful than a mouse. Even the Quack Doctor is the doctor and Mao Mao just a lady in waiting. Remember, what we do and our social positioning does not define who we are. We are much more than what society try to put us in a box for. Never let the society or they, whoever they are, never let them define your worth. Go, Mao Mao. Also, I know Quack Doctor got a lot of shit since the show started, and he has been getting less and less camera time, it seems. But I am a big fan of Quack Doctor. He's really nice. Sure, he might be quacky and not the most competent physician based on autopsy scare. He is asking Mao Mao to do more work than his own job descriptions and so on. But he is a very likable character, very kind, very nice. And more importantly, he treats Mao Mao with fairness and human dignity. That's amazing. Dim sum. Wow. Wow. We used to make limitless profits? Whoa, how rich are you? And this goes back to my point when Master Jinxi found out about Mao Mao's adoptive father, Luomen, most likely being a real palace physician because of him being a eunuch. I talked about it. Most physicians, even now, but more prevalently, more commonly back then, for you to become a physician, so you have the financial backing and the social economic backing of your family with prestige, wealth, financial support, and so on, and connections. So most physicians of the time, back in the dynasty era, they themselves are from very prestigious and influential family. Case in point, the quack doctor. Limitless profits, right? And they already have obviously a very massive contract with the palace and so on.
他国にもどんどん輸出して
Wow.
子供の頃は
Dang. Not just domestic import and export, internationally. Dude, the Quake Doctor's family, they're extremely wealthy and very, very influential with trade relationships because network is net worth in terms of business. And it is true.
違う素材で作り始めたら貿易もダメになって私たち家族は責められたものだよ
Ooh,
先立つものがなくて姉さんが高級に行っちゃって妹まで行くなん
dang.
て言うから代わりに私がここへ来たんだなり手
Wow.
が少ない宦官の方が高く売れたんだよ
Mm.
姉さんとは会津じまいだけどね
思ったより苦労してんだな。
That's really deep. As soon as I talked about Quack Doctor's character profile and setup, something kind of quirky, but Mao Mao is exactly right. And literally, as I was talking about Quack Doctor and giving him digital flowers, I'm glad that Quack Doctor himself got actual validation and credit from the show. Everyone's life is more complicated than it seems. Case in point with Quack Doctor. Yes, we just talked about he came from a very influential family, very wealthy, limitless profits, using his words, until the empress changed the laws and policy to ban cutting trees. Everyone's complicated. He came from wealth, but no more. He actually sold himself and became a eunuch voluntarily for the sake of his family in an attempt to save his younger sister. But sounds like he never met up with his oldest sister after she also volunteered to come to the royal palace. But the younger sister was spared because of Quake Doctor's bravery, his love, his compassion, and his sacrificial act. Because remember I said, the ultimate hallmark of love is sacrifice. Sacrifice of time, energy, resources, money, etc., etc. So please do not judge a book by its cover, let alone humans are way more complex than books. So if we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, what does that say about us judging humans? Oh, they're wholesomely unique, equally complex humans as we are. So I'm glad the show gave that camera time to Quack Doctor for him to share a little bit more about his backgrounds. And through this sharing our vulnerabilities, our stories, our truth, where we came from, who are we in this world, I'm sure Mao Mao and Quack Doctor will also get even closer. Because now Mao Mao appreciates a little bit more about who Quack Doctor is. And all of us deserve that humanization. All of us deserve to be humanized because we are humans. Perian? So was Lee Hako distracted in the beginning of this episode when he was combat training because of the cliffhanger from last episode about one of the princesses being bought out? And I was saying, was it Mei Mei or was it Perian? And sounds like Lee Hako was around the area and then he heard, but he couldn't quite get the confirmation of who is being sold off. Is it his dear love, Perian, or is it Mei Mei, who was approaching the retirement age? That's why Lee Hako was getting distracted. He was thinking about, you know what?
失礼します。掃除の続きを。
ああジョーちゃんか
He looks tired,
妹から
bothered.
手紙でうちの髪が御用達でなくなるかもしれない
Oh,
こ
jeez.
れは確かに。たくさん作るというと、手間を省いたということですか？
そんなことするわけないよ力仕事を牛に任せるようになったんだ材料も工程も昔から変えてないのに
これでは掃除どころじゃないな。
Not the time for cleaning, aka she knew at that moment, oh, I guess the Quack Doctor needs my help with problem solving, puzzle solving, providing solutions. Dude, Mao Mao is now the de facto problem solver. She's like the consultant you hire to fix up an organizational issue, retention, just internal problems. Mao Mao is that person. She is that internal consultant. Murder mystery, Mao Mao. Apothecary Diaries, Mao Mao. Poison tasting, Mao Mao. At the brink of bankruptcy for a family business, Mao Mao. Oh, it's weak.
普通の紙作りと一緒だよ。ただうちは材料を砕く方法と海苔作りにこだわってて、あ、それは言えないよ。
Again, Quack Doctor. He literally almost spilled his family secret. Again, a nice guy, very simple-minded, but a nice guy.
こういうのはベラベラ話さないんだな。水なんかもこだわっているんですか？
ああ、海苔が適度に固まるように湧き水を汲み置いているよ。湿度を調整するためだけど、これ以上は秘密だよ。
Interesting.
ピキーン。海苔は骨の鶏汁でも煮込んでいるのですか？
いや、ちゃんと小麦の粉を溶かしているよ。じゃないと塊が悪いから。ジョーちゃん、今の話は忘れてくれ。
Called it. He just leaked another family secret. So yes, that speaks to Quake Doctor's simple-mindedness, as I talked about. But the deeper aspect is actually because Mao Mao. Mao Mao's established credibility and reputation is what? Super competent, super astute, humble, knows her place, good with secrets. But more importantly, she is someone who's reliable, who is dependable as a person. So because of the reputation and who Mao Mao has become, because we are not just who we are who we are becoming. Because every second, every day, every week, every month, we are literally changing on a cellular level. Our cells are renewing. We are constantly evolving and changing and growing, literally, biologically, psychologically. So because of who Mao Mao is, Quack Doctor feels comfortable and feels safe being around her. That's why he's having a few slips of the family secret. Obviously, in real life, that's extremely serious manner, leaking your family trade secret. But obviously, that's how comfortable he is around Mao Mao. And that's how great Mao Mao is, based on who she has become in the real palace. That's a true reason why he is leaking these family trade secrets.
ジョーちゃん、分量間違えているよ。湯飲みに張り付いて飲めないじゃないか。
すみません。飲みやすくする方法を教えますので、真似していただけますか？
Starring
こうして舐めたさじで混ぜるのを繰り返します。
なんか行儀悪いな。とろみがなくなったね。
そうでしょ。くず湯と海苔ってよく似ていますよね。
似てなくもないね。唾液を混ぜたら海苔もドロドロじゃなくなるのかね。
そういうことです。
そういうことって？
察しの悪いやぶだ。知って、たくさん唾液を溜めていますよね。念のため、どこで水を飲んでいるか確かめてはいかがですか？今日は失礼しますね。
Dude, Mao Mao, you deserve to get paid consultation fee. Tremendous fee and money for your consults.
ただいま戻りました。
あ、まあまあ、すぐ来てくれってあなたに連絡が。
場所はどこでしょうか？
次女の身請け金っていくら
The urgence. Mao Mao, you are needed immediately. Mao Mao, you are needed yesterday. She gets there. It's golden retriever Li Haku, sulking, brewing, super intense about how much does it cost to buy out Perian, my dear love. I need her. All of this is because Li Haku is super stressed and feeling urgent and rushed to buy out his love. Because again, he doesn't know who's getting sold out. Perian or Mei Mei. Hilarious. What a dumb dog. Oh, I love Lee Haku.
超一品で
わかりました。
The max?
とりあえず相場は時価なのであくま
Oh boy, it's gonna be a lot. Oh jeez.
難しいよな。入家金は妓女があと何年妓老で稼ぐかという逆算に
Oh, I see.
その倍ほどの値をつけられると。
嬢ちゃん
Oh, it's a lot. Jeez.
もしパ
Wait, because to see one of the princesses, it's like, what did they say in the beginning? It's like more than a salary for a high ranking military officer. That's to see them once. So projected net worth is all the years they're making from those elite meetings and princesses hangout, and then pay more, and then you double that. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be a lot.
姉ちゃんが身請けされるとしたら古い馴染みで候補が2人。
Competition is pretty steep.
1人は交易商の大旦那。六商館が傾いた時も通ってくれた高校や。遊戯のお相手としてなかなか馬が合うそうですよ。
Oh,
少し疲れている点が気になります。
ah. So Golden Retriever Lee Haku's competition won. Just a really nice old man. Sounds like he's just a really loyal patron. He's supporting the brothel and so on. So he's not really a true threat. But the other guy, mid-30s, younger, but ambitious, high-ranking, a good partner for bedtime activities. But the toughest part is his libido, and his sexual stamina is suffering the next day. He gets milked and sucked dry. Pun intended. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But so those are the competitions for Lee Haku. So his main competition is a younger guy.
疲れるどういうことだ
最近姉ちゃんは武闘を得意とすると同時に夜に負け戦がないことで有名だ。欲求不満になると誰彼なしに触手を動かす。つまり色欲魔だ。
Parian, the warrior in bed. Bedroom warrior.
私が親父に引き取られるまで六商館で面倒を見てくれたのはやり手ババアと三姫だ。やり手ババアと三姫だ。特に出産経験はないが母乳の出る特別な体質だった姉ちゃんは母さんに近い存在。
Aww.
姉ちゃん
Oh, oh, baby mama. Look at that. Cute baby mama and those green hair. Again, what does the color green mean? What does it represent?
あの日々を思い出すともったいないと思う。彼女は色欲の強い女であるが、それと同じくらい母性を持った女である。
That's a callback and reference to quack doctors and what I talked about, that everyone's circumstances are complex. Everyone is complex, and we can never judge someone based on one singular aspect about themselves, because all of our aspects, all of who we are is interconnected. They all interwoven with each other. Does that make sense? Same here. Parian is lustful, but also maternal. She's equally lustful and equally maternal. But people don't really put those two characteristics side by side. You don't really see someone is very lustful, very sexually active, but also they're equally maternal. Right? But why not? You cannot get defined, and we cannot get put into a single box. So what she's lustful. So what she has high libido. So what she's super sexually active. She's still as maternal as she can be. And she still helps feed, breastfeed, and raise Mao Mao. What a wonderful person. Again, everyone is complex. Full stop.
李白様は姉ちゃんの仕事を十分理解した上で惚れている。多少打鍵っぽいが根は真面目そうだし。
He can be a dumb dog. If I'm not mistaken, in 21 episodes to date, this is the first time, I guess, explicitly, Mao Mao addressed or referenced Lee Haku as a dog. Because I talked about the golden retriever energy many episodes ago, because that's the energy and the vibe Lee Haku was giving out. But it's funny. This is the true cat and dog dynamic, right?
愛すべきバカなところもある。何より体力は絶倫だ。
Astonishing stamina! Oh man. So Perian, bedroom warrior. Lihaku, golden retriever with endless stamina.
身請け先としては悪くない。
True.
李白様、お給金はいくらもらっていますか？
Wow.
年に銀800ほどですか？
おいおい。
では
More?
1200。年に銀1200。
In between.
足りないか。
足りません。側近で1万は欲しいところです。安い妓女なら400ですが、
Damn. So he makes 1,000 silver in a year, and I don't know how many silver is equivalent to gold based on the currency exchange, right? But then generally it's 10,000 cash. So it's 10 years of Lihaku's salary, and that's if he saves all of it, never spends a dime. But obviously he probably does not have that level of assets, that level of savings, because he just got recently promoted. Ooh, that's kind of steep. I'm rooting for you, Lihaku.
少なくとも1万は欲しいところです。
That's a lot. That's a lot. Ah.
それで身請けができると思うか。
李白様が姉ちゃんにこっぴどく振られる可能性ですか？
Oh, another possibility. Another possibility. This is only if Perian agrees to go with Lihaku. Her consent is the most important factor. Who will she go with? And this is a really deep social commentary if you think about it. How many women in the past have a say, have a choice, have autonomy? In the least likely of all places, the small modicum, the tiny, tiny modicum of freedom, the tiny modicum of choice, free will that the princesses have is at least choosing which guy gets to buy them out. Still transactional, yes, but still a tiny bit of freedom to choose, which is a luxury for women of the past.
李白様、服を脱いでいただけますか？
What is happening?
振られないか。
私が知っているのはパイリン姉ちゃんの好みの体くらいです。
That's him. You got that biceps, you know? Damn! Yo! Lihaku is ripped! He's yoked! Dang! Yo, Lihaku, what's your workout regimen? We should hit that gym session once in a while. Do you do push and pull? Weight resistance training?
下もお願いします。
下もか。
下もです。
Also, obviously, the comedy aside and the sincere effort by Mamao to evaluate Lihaku's feasibility as Perian's future partner who buys her out. That's why she is doing a very comprehensive assessment. His financial auditing, his physical auditing for the physique, because obviously sex matters, and physical attraction, of course, matters. It's what's in the inside that counts. But anyone that says, oh, the outside doesn't matter, you're lying. It's a baseline. It's the prerequisite for most people, right? But again, this speaks to Mao Mao's ability to be completely asexual, impartial, and completely scientific. Just like when Mao Mao was examining Master Jinshi's body type, when she was helping him with the makeup, the disguise, she was not impressed. Or I think she was impressed. She just wasn't really appreciating the sexuality of that sexual paralysis of Master Jinshi's Greek god physique. Same here. She doesn't really care about his yokeness for Lihaku. It's just all scientific observation, scientific inquiry, and this is all for the sake of evaluation per Lihaku's request to see, hey, am I a good fit for Perian?
作っていただけますか？
Is this a bodybuilding competition?
それなりに好みというものもある。
Damn, he has 8-pack. People all said, like, what is going on? And then who comes in the midst of this body competition, flexing, being super intimate, although the true intention is as wholesome as it gets? Master Jinshi. I know we call Lihaku a dog, but it's as if Master Jinshi himself also have sense of a dog. He can sniff, and he always somehow tracks down Mao Mao. What is going on? How do you always know where she's at?
鍛えられたという
Bodybuilding competition. Yo, that's impressive.
最後の一枚も脱いでください。
Ah! Yo, he's pissed. Yo, that's the maddest I've ever seen Jinshi. Besides when he was carrying Mama in his hands and walking out that ceremony. But can we appreciate how comfortable Lee Haku is around Mama? This cat and dog. But also they represent more of an older sibling, like sibling vibe. So wholesome, they bicker, but nothing but love. But obviously for Jinshi, the jealousy still hits because Mao Mao is in a closed room with another male who happens to have also a Greek god physique, but also just another with another heterosexual male, right? So that dynamic is unavoidable. But what a wholesome scene that was. That was awesome.
は何をしている
He's pissed.
怖いな。
Also, a few YouTube viewers and patron folks pointed out that Mao Mao does recognize and appreciate Master Jinshi's beauty without any romantic / sexual strings attached. But I do agree with that statement so far because she does recognize and she does talk about Jinshi's heavenly beauty quite often, just like right here.
なぜあの男はあんな格好を
Ah.
じっくり見ていただけです。
Oh.
好みの体か調べるには実物を確認するのが一番です。
神の体だ
はい。嘘に過ぎませんが。
Yo, Mama with her eyes closed, she's continue answering Jinshi's questions as earnestly, as honestly as she can. But she did not see because her eyes are closed. Jinshi's already have a... Dude, he's having a freaking stroke, dude. He's like, oh my god, I'm getting dizzy. Where am I? Who am I? What year is this? What is happening? I can't believe my dear Mama is inspecting another male's body to see if it's good enough. Again, they're completely on different pages.
考えていたのだが。
Also, did you realize Mama was not the best at articulating her true thoughts? We knew that when Mama ended up getting fired from Real Palace before Jinshi bought her back because she was not being honest and truthful with her communication. Another thing I just realized, she is also very good at only saying like partial statements. She's also very good at giving incomplete full statements. She said all that, yes, to answer Jinshi's question, but she also should have answered the other half that she was thinking to herself. All this is for Perian because Lee Haku wants to buy her out. But she only shares, or she never shares the most important information. I'm not sure why. With her communication style, is that because she made that determination that it's not important information? Maybe I don't want to bother Jinshi with such irrelevant informations and context. Interesting.
ためはどうだったのだ
金星のでした。
Oh.
武漢の中でもかなり腕が立つ方ではないでしょうか。
お前は人の体つきでどんな人間かわかるのか
Wow, that's deep.
自分のことを語らぬ客もいるので嫌でも得得します。
私の体を見ても同じようにわかるか
は？もしかして。
That was super deep. I talk about this, I've never talked about this online, but I've said this in my personal life, that the reason why I'm so, I guess, big on fitness, working out, is I've been training 5:30 in the morning for about 12 years, right? 3 to 4 times a week. I used to train 5 days a week, but as I've gotten busier and just different, eating healthier, since our body is truly made in the kitchen, I'll say your diet, nutrition, what you put in is about 70%. And 30% is the workout, the training, the gym time, and so on. We can buy a lot of things in this world. You can buy cosmetics, you can do plastic surgery, and so on. Nothing against that. But we are able to take shortcuts based on paying for it, based on resources. One of the few things that you cannot take a shortcut in life is your physique. If you want to have abs, if you want to have muscles, if you want to have a physique that you aspire for, you have to put in the work. Day in and day out. Period. That's what Mao Mao means. With Li Haku's body and also Jinshi's body, Mao Mao appreciates their routine, their consistency, their resilience, their effort. Because you don't get that level of physique from taking shortcuts. Day in and day out. You get out what you put in. Full stop. That's how life is. That's how physique is. That's what Mao Mao is saying. And that's also the reason why I respect those with great physique. It's not because I'm like, oh my gosh, damn boy, let me see them abs. It's like, no, that would be weird. But it's rather, I appreciate the hard work and years of consistency behind those physique.
の方が綺麗だと誇示したいなんて美しい
That's progress. This is the first time Mao Mao realized that Jinshi is sulking because he's jealous. This is the first time she got that. Because she's been jealous many times, but she's never made the connection.
意外なほど引き締まっていたしジンシ様の体を見たところで何の意味もありません残念ながらジンシ様は私の姉とは合わないと思いますので
Here comes the truth, finally.
そんなことをしている間にパイリンが見受けされてしまうかもしれない。しかし今の自分には何もできない。
Wow, look at those muscles, dude. Dang.
パイリン。
Also, another fun fact, what Li Haku is going through, there's actually a word in Chinese. It's called 相思病. 相思病. It's a sickness you get when you miss someone so much. We call that love sickness. That's in Chinese. 相思病. You get sick because you're missing someone, you're thinking about them so much that you fall ill. So 相思病, that's the term, and that's what Li Haku is going through. He's overthinking, he's stressed, he's overwhelmed, he feels confused, he feels powerless. He doesn't know what to do psychologically because he doesn't have the financial means to buy her out yet. That's why he's trying to distract himself and cope with this stress by doing push-ups and working out. It's a very good channeling of your stress.
皇帝のお手つきとも噂されているが
It's all false rumor.
先日はうちの次女が世話になったね。いえ、それほどでも。
So Li Haku does not know Jinshi's true identity, but Lakan did, which suggests Lakan is truly one of the highest ranked military officers for Lakan to know who Jinshi is. Case in point, Li Haku is also pretty high up, but he has no idea who Jinshi is.
話したのかだからやたら笑いかけてくるのかこの若さで国一番と言われる美貌を持ち覚えめでたき
Wait, hold up. Jinshi's reputation as the most beautiful person in the nation? What? I didn't know I thought Mama was just saying that he's of heavenly beauty. He could topple the nation with his makeup on. But I didn't know that was his genuine reputation. The most beautiful person in the nation, including men and women and anything in between. Yo, is there like a photorealistic portrayal of Jinshi? I just want to really appreciate his beauty. What?
パイリンをバカにするのだ
This is how wholesome Li Haku is. He's like, you can insult me, you can come at me, you can make fun of me all you want. But don't you dare insult the special love interest of mine, Parian. This is what's so fascinating about communication between humans. This is the reason why I think psychology is so fascinating. Because psychology is not just about our psyche, our internal mindset, what we go through, our feelings, our thought process. Sure, it encompasses all that, but it also encompasses what the other person say, what the other person's thinking about. Truly, psychology does not happen in silo. Psychology is all-encompassing. Based on communication, based on Lee Haku's own thought, false impression, maybe he feels a little bit insecure about going after a girl like Perian. That's why he's saying what he's saying. Because of all that, he's actually making assumptions, false assumptions about why Jinshi is meeting with him here. You see what I'm saying? Right? It's not just what we think about influence our feelings. It's also what we assume. Our false perceptions often, because our perceptions are often distorted, also gets influenced by what we think other person's thinking. But we are not mind readers. We cannot do that. Most of the time, since everything varies, of course, case by case. But generally speaking, we need to give benefit of the doubt by being charitable and by taking things at face value without further interpreting and assuming what the person is trying to say. We're not mind readers. We are not human lie detectors.
彼女を侮辱するなら2万身請け金を私が肩代わりすると言ったら
Wow! 20,000? 20 years of salary.
どういう意味ですかそのままの意味だよ
Of course, you're going to say
嬉
yes.
しいのですが
Oh, he's going to say
見
no.
ず知らずの間にいきなりそんなことを言ってもよろしいのですかうちの猫はかなり警戒心が強いのだよそれが君の相談を受けなおかつ姉に等しい人間の伴侶としてどうかなどと考えているつまり
Wow, Jinshi calls Mao Mao my cat. I see you, Jinshi. I see you. I see you being possessive and claiming ownership of Mao Mao. But of course, Mao Mao belongs to all of us. You cannot claim Mao Mao. She's an international treasure.
それだけで信用できると
Oh, true.
まずいことを言った
Yo, Lihaku, only Jinshi can call Mao Mao his cat. Because when Jinshi says it, it's endearing. When you say it, it sounds like you're objectifying her. How dare you call Mao Mao a cat? She's my cat. Only I can talk crap about her, not you. This is so high school. I love it.
君の話をいくつか周りから聞かせてもらった地方間のこと
Yo, all this psychological
都で武官
tactics.
になるというのは苦労したのではないか聞けば目利きの軍師殿に見出されて隊を任されたとはい表向きは小隊長が辞めたことによる繰り上げのはずなのに
I just got goosebumps. Cause, right, this is a wholesome episode, but almost feels like a filler. I was like, why is Jinshi having such a long conversation with Lee Haku? Because obviously he's busy. He's offering 20,000. At first, I thought it was simply because Jinshi likes Mao Mao, and for anyone that's Mao Mao's friends, Jinshi doesn't mind doing Mao Mao a favor. Right? In Chinese, there's another saying. It's called 爱屋及乌. What that means is you like everything that someone else that you like. So if you like someone and they like something, you like everything that they like. As a direct transitory property, as direct translation of, if does that make sense? I thought that was a reason why. But turns out, as it seems, that's why I paused it here. I think Jinshi is using Lee Haku as a proxy chess match, continuation of that against Lakan, who promoted Lee Haku to be the lead military officer, Lakan, our strategist. So is Jinshi trying to get back at Lakan somehow through Lee Haku? Because this is what Jinshi is doing psychologically. Pay attention. He is first offering Lee Haku the carrots, the dangling carrots, the rewards of 20,000 silver, so he can be with the woman of his love by buying her out. And then he is hitting Lee Haku with sticks. He's talking about his backgrounds. It must have been hard for you. He's kind of putting him down. He's examining Lee Haku on a microscope. He's, oh, you only made it here because of Lakan. He pushed you up here, didn't he? You guys see what I'm saying? this is not really between Jinshi and Lakan and Lihaku anymore. I think this is actually between Jinshi and Lakan. Wow.
と仲良くなっておきたいというのは
Did not expect
誰も
this.
が思うことだろとはいえ銀2万は大盤振る舞いすぎる
That's a lot. 20 years of salary.
いやそのまた半分でもいい
But he's gonna risk it though? No, it's for a woman of your love. You have to. He's gonna say no. Wow.
あなたにとっては義女の一人かもしれないが私にとってはたった一人の女
Wow.
妻として迎えたい女を
Goosebumps.
自分で
Wow.
金で受けずして
Oh, goosebumps. That's so wholesome. Such a golden retriever shit to say, dude. That's as golden retriever as Lihaku can be. That was amazing. One thing, Lihaku called Perion his wife. What kind of a man would I be if I welcome my wife with silver from someone else? Not all men during this time, historical period, will call their partners wives, will call women their wives. Because most of women at the time were simple properties. It is what it is. That's the time of the era, which is horrible. But that was the reality. But here we see Lihaku showing Perion the respect, the dignity, the human dignity, the integrity that she deserves by calling her my wife. So this is interesting, right? Lihaku also kind of defies the social tropes and the social paradigm of the time by actually respecting women as they are. Full respect, equal respect. And Jinshi, another male who is higher position as the prince, the secret crown prince, who also defies the social trope, who also defies the social norms, who also respects women, respects Mao Mao, respects commoners. I think there could be a friendship there's a lot of potential friendship between these two men because these two men are outstanding, great men, great characters.
それは失礼した今後話をしジン様
That was very revealing and helpful for
心配
Jinshi.
なかったな
I think that was remember when Jinshi's like there's nothing to be worried about? He's not talking about Mao Mao. He's talking about Lihaku and Lakan. I think through this interaction, this was an interview. This was a psychological interview that Lihaku had no idea about, but I see it because this is similar stuff that we do in forensic work. This was almost like a forensic interview, and Jinshi walking away with the important intel that, okay, Lihaku might have been brought up by Lakan, but Lihaku is not of Lakan's lineage. In other words, Lakan or Lihaku does not, we don't have to worry about Lihaku because he's a very straight man with integrity and he will not scoop low just because Lakan asked him to as a political favor. That's what Jinshi said. There's nothing to be worried about. Character confirmed. Lihaku, no threats. Forensic interview.
とりあえず次の修練でちっとばかしいいところを見せてやるか
More
それ
promotion?
とも仕事を増やしてもらうかいやよし
I'm just curious, what would you guys have done in our dear golden retriever's situation? Would you have accepted Jinshi's money? Because nothing is more paramount, nothing is more important than ensuring your wife, your future wife, does not go with another man who buys them out before you do. Or would you have chosen what Lihaku did? I'm just curious. I think it's an interesting situation.
いつ会えるかもわからない女に文を送ろうただ一方的に迎えに行くのではなく彼女の意思を聞こう
Aww. What a wholesome episode. This episode was about Lihaku. Wow. This is an emotionally deep episode. Every man, every woman, every person deserves love. Everyone deserves love. That's what this episode is about. No good deed goes unnoticed, and no good effort goes unnoticed. I'm pretty sure Perian will appreciate and recognize this Lee Haku's effort. I hope they have a happy ending.
自分の信じた道を突き進むだけだ。
What an authentic, genuine, good guy Lee Haku is.
入家金は銀1万も必要ない。あとは運次第。
Another group. So the guy, the younger looking officer that Perian was waiting for, that was kind of revealed in the bathtub scene with Mao Mao, I think a couple episodes ago, that was Lee Haku. Oh, Perian is waiting for Lee Haku, the prince. Wow. Okay. All right. And last thing I would say is I love Lee Haku's perspective and thought process. He said that I just have to pursue her in a way I feel like it, and I just have to keep doing what I can. Keep training, show up at the next training, ask for more work. We can categorize everything into this life into two categories: controllable variables and uncontrollable variables. Things that we can control and the things we cannot control. It's a futile effort to worry about things that we cannot control because we're not gods. But rather, it's better to double down on things we can control. The first category, controllable variables. Work on what we can control. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to the things that happen to us. That's also the core pillar of Stoicism. But that's Lee Haku's very, very healthy mindset, and it's very good for his mental health. Why fret excessively over things we cannot control? Of course, there's anxiety, acute, chronic, and anxiety literally means we cannot control it. It's involuntary. It's involuntary anxiousness. It's an involuntary psychophysiological response, 100%, clinically. At the same time, if we can, it's better to work on the things we can control. It's very important.
入家の話をしていたからそれでカムロが勘違いしたのだと思う
That was Lacan, right?
何ですか？
Oh, cliffhanger. Okay. I get the setup of the episodes now. If the episode is super intense, no cliffhanger. If the episode is kind of deeper, more subtle, not as intense, there's a cliffhanger. And we see Master Lacan talking about Blue Rose. My money is that Blue Rose is Mao Mao. I think he's talking about Mao Mao. Why? She's a rose and their eyes are blue. And I think Blue Rose is more rare than typical yellow or red roses. And I think that blue rose also symbolizes the rarity, the scarcity. How to obtain something more valuable and more rare is going to require more efforts. I think that's what Lacan was saying, blue rose. Or am I overthinking as always? Anyway, without further ado, please smash that thumbs up. We are 3 episodes out from finishing season 1. I pour my heart out every episode. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss on the next episode. And as always, feel free to join our Patreon family and YouTube members for early access and voting power to decide future series. As always, thank you for tuning in. Remember, you matter, you are worthy. Seriously. Till next time. Peace.